Over-drinking is a problem that a lot of women face. Do you think it could be debilitating anxiety that's fueling your over-drinking? Maybe it's related to numbing the pain of something stressful that you're going through right now. Sometimes we drink because of a conversation with somebody that you love that didn't turn out the way that you hoped it would. Did you wake up with another hangover and looked in the mirror and didn't quite recognize yourself this morning? Whatever it was, something brought you here today, and I'm guessing that it could be because some part of you might already know that your drinking isn't matching up with the life that you actually want. By the end of this video, you're going to have an actual plan. Not just drink less, but a real structure for cutting back on alcohol without swearing off it completely. No shame, no pressure to never drink again, just a starting point that actually works. I have a really great resource for you to grab free in the description below and in the first pinned comment. You're going to find a free 5-day reset that I've designed specifically to help you cut back on your drinking. Maybe you've got a headache today and it won't go away. I remember that foggy feeling in the morning, being dizzy, and it took hours to shake. Maybe you're feeling regret about something from last night. Maybe you're remembering bits and pieces of the night before. Or perhaps it's standing in front of the bathroom mirror and catching a glimpse at your reflection and it just doesn't feel like you anymore. There might be a voice somewhere inside of you wondering if the alcohol is speeding up the way that you're aging. A feeling that your body just can't process alcohol the way that you used to in your 20s or 30s. And underneath all of that, you're probably aware that your life would feel better with less alcohol in it, and maybe even none at all. You know, for some of us, we've been drinking for so long that we may have forgotten the upside to feeling completely free from alcohol. Here's a few things you have to look forward to when you have at least a 7-day break from alcohol. If you hydrate with water, your skin is going to start to glow. You're going to have better sleep and better cognitive function. Your heart and liver are going to be thanking you, and you'll begin to take better control of your mental health. But let's get back to where you're at right now. Maybe the thought of never drinking again feels completely overwhelming to you. This can actually cause a lot of women to stop before they've even begun trying to take that first step. So maybe there's a different way. I didn't make this video to tell you to quit drinking forever. It's about how to cut back on purpose and in a way that actually works, instead of just keeping you running in circles all the time. When most women decide their drinking's a problem, they often get some advice. It's just some version of stop completely and never look back. We know that it's not that easy, it's not that simple. For a lot of women, that step feels like too big of a jump, going from several glasses of wine most nights to soothe anxiety, or several drinks to unwind after a long day, into never drinking again with nothing in between, feels like an enormous leap. And when something feels impossible, most people don't even try. If you've tried to white knuckle a permanent stop before and ended up back where you started, that doesn't mean that you don't have what it takes. It probably just means that maybe you skipped a step. Moderating isn't something that you have to settle into forever. Think of it as like lifting weights. Every stretch of time you go without a drink is a rep, and every rep makes you that little bit stronger. There's actually a reason this works the way that it does in your brain. Alcohol trains your brain's reward system to expect a payoff every time you drink. But every time you choose not to drink and you actually notice that you feel good about that choice, you're reinforcing a different pathway. That has your brain starting to learn a new reward. Your body doesn't process alcohol the same way at 30, 35, 40, 50 as it did in your 20s. Your liver works slower as you get older, which means alcohol stays in your system longer than it used to. And if you're somewhere in the perimenopause years like me, then there's another layer to this. Your hormones are already fluctuating, and that alone disrupts your sleep and your mood. It brings on things like hot flashes. Alcohol doesn't help any of that. It actually makes all of these worse, even though in the moment it might feel like it's relaxing you. So if your hangovers are leaving you feeling worse than they used to, that's not in your head. As you know, your body's changing and alcohol is colliding with that change, and your body is not feeling balanced. I want you to think about picking a window of time. Could you do 5 days? Just don't drink during the week for 1 week. Or if you're more ambitious, set your mind on 30 days. But remember, there's no better day than tomorrow to get started. You don't have to wait for the first of the month. The goal here is not perfection on the first try. The goal is stretching the gap between the drinking episodes a little bit more each time you try. Maybe that means going from 1, 2, or 3 glasses of wine every night to 2 or 3 glasses only on the weekend. Whatever feels doable for you, that's what you should try. Every small shift you make compounds, and if an attempt doesn't go perfectly, it is going to steer you in the right direction and make that next attempt a little bit easier. Don't view slipping on what you planned as failing, because I promise you, each rep is progress. Just like building muscle. Setting a goal like this and actually hitting it, even a small one, is called habit stacking. Here's what that does. Your brain starts learning a new reward. Instead of the reward being that glass of wine after a hard day, this new reward becomes waking up and realizing that you didn't drink the night before. And that feeling gives you something to be so proud of. Over time, as you keep stacking those wins, the new reward starts to outweigh the choice you would usually make, and you get better at it over time. Here's a tool that can genuinely change things in the moment. Before you pour the next drink, I want you to ask yourself, where is saying yes to another drink gonna lead me? Let yourself actually go there for a second. I want you to picture tomorrow morning and imagine how bad you're gonna feel when you wake up if you give yourself permission to keep drinking. Allow yourself to sit in the regret that you know that you're gonna feel. Remind yourself that this is not what you want. You know, I want to be honest with you about something though. Asking yourself this question with a clear head before you've had anything to drink is a lot easier than asking yourself after the second glass. Once that buzz has already started and your judgment is already softened down a little, the question doesn't hold as much weight anymore. So here's the shift. The moment that you start to feel that buzz, that's actually your cue. I want you to listen to that. Not for another glass of wine or a cocktail, but a glass of water instead. This might seem simple, but remember, we're stacking habits one on top of the next. Let's discuss real quick what this video hasn't solved yet. Cutting back still means that you're going to be in places where alcohol's all around you. Temptation is going to be everywhere. And if you're anything like me, a lot of the people in your life are already over drinking. This part could be one of the hardest things for you to navigate. I know it was for me, especially with a husband that didn't stop drinking just because I did. I want to talk to you about this important piece of the puzzle, so in a future video, I'm going to help guide you on how to handle your friends and family as well as your surroundings and your situations in those early days of cutting back. Slowing down your drinking isn't the finish line. It was never supposed to be forever. It's the practice that proves to you one rep at a time that you can live differently. You know, I'd like you to ask yourself a question. What's driving you to change your relationship with alcohol? What's your reason why? And your answer to that question is really personal, and it's really important for you and probably your family as well. That reason is what's going to carry you through those really hard choices. Just know all of this is going to get easier the more habits you stack and the more reps that you do. If you're ready to connect with me, in the first pinned comment and in the description, you're going to find a link to my Calendly account. I'd love to hop on a call with you and just ask you a few questions. And also, don't forget to grab your free 5-day mini reset that gives you tangible tools to get you started in moderating your drinking. So YouTube has selected another video especially for you, and it knows that you're going to love this video right here. So friends, I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye for now.